All right, let's go. Welcome to the Market Recap Show. You are now tuned in to the greatest recap show on YouTube.
Yeah, I'd say so. Why not?
Might be one of the only ones, but it was a great one. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you, everyone that stays with the chat, because we talk about this. Traders stay late, and you're going to stay with me today till 4:30. So we have a couple of earnings. I mean, we have BarkBox. We've got GitLab coming through. So when GitLab does come through, we will bring that to you immediately. But right now, GME is on my mind, as GME right now just chilling out. I thought there was going to be a chance for GameStop to make that move back to the upside here in the after hours, as we'll get a little bit of dried up liquidity coming through. But there's GameStop at the end of the day. Morgan Stanley, eSignal, all those guys, not eSignal, E-Trade, tried to come after Roaring Kitty there, talking about market manipulation. So down goes GameStop at the end of the day. So there it is right there. Nice downside move for GameStop, finishing the day only up 21%. Still not bad though, Adara.
Yeah.
I woke up there and I tweeted something out earlier, and this is the thing. Whenever you're gonna see stuff like this, I mean, I just woke up and was like, okay, let's wait to see what happens now. And I tweeted out, hey, what's up, my guy right there? He made a lot of money today. We'll see what happens. But there it is right there. 88% at 7:04. In and out of the shower, was like, wait a second, what are we doing? 43.50 right there for GameStop. Thought it was going to be a big day one way or the other, and it was. It got chopped in half basically to close. I mean, not really chopped in half, but down to $28 right there to close. There goes GameStop. So yeah, a little bit of a run on emotions there today for that name. We just got BarkBox. I just saw that come through as well. We'll talk about GitLab if and when that does come. But there's BarkBox. Uneventful, Adara, down to 137 and not moving at all. So we don't even really need to review it. They just got a sales miss on that. We'll see if anything's happening. Then the other one that we're going to look at is GTLB, GitLab. Looks like someone might have fat-fingered that. Could have asked Danielle about this, but the other thing about GitLab is we've already started to break lower. So again, with a share float of 4% right there, market cap of just 8 billion, a little bit under that. Relative volume pretty high today, down actually flat on the day, 0.4. So GitLab, although it's showing red, nice little pullback in from $50. We'll wait to see what does happen there. But we don't have it yet, do we? No. A $15 million buyback there for BarkBox. So let's see if that helps a little bit. No, so that 15 million is not going to do anything to that one as it goes right down to the downside. We do have NVIDIA talk, though. I mean, NVIDIA was quite the move. No, Adara's doing the rundown. Has nothing to do with me. Oh, all right, so there goes NVIDIA all the way to the upside right now into the after hours, 11.50, and starting to go higher there for NVIDIA. But there's the pullback in 11.48. Good move at the end of the day. I don't know what sort of starts some of this rally. I mean, it does happen right there at 350, which would indicate a buy imbalance. So as we said, June 10th, we had Danielle on. She talked about the last day to be holding those shares before the split. So again, NVIDIA coming through there, big mover into the end of the day. I would say that you'd actually want to maybe fade that move. I hate saying fade NVIDIA, but the split we already know about, that doesn't actually change anything as far as stock valuation or what to look for in the stock. It just will take the price down 10 to 1. So doesn't change much, Adara. We've seen a name like Uber get split off as well. Uber's been going to the downside since Elon basically announced that robo-taxi idea. Uber straight to the downside as this name got real frothy up here. PE. Oh yeah, that's right. We don't. Some of them, Michael said, sometimes it'll show it over here. There it is. Price earning ratio of Uber still $100. Sorry, $100. 100 PE right there for Uber. So not really a nice name there. Coming back in, trying to bounce off of the 50 period.
GitLab.
We got GitLab.
Yeah.
All right, tell us what GitLab's up to.
Q1 revenue is going to be a beat, 169.2 million versus the estimate of 165.9 million. So that's a nice little $4 million beat. We also did have adjusted EPS. This is also going to be a beat, 3-cent profit versus 4-cent loss expected. So that is an unexpected profit. Nice beat here for GitLab. Looks like traders are reacting appropriately to this positive news. Beat across the board.
Yeah, good one right there. Yeah, GitLab, nice little move to the upside. I'd fade it. We'll get those numbers exactly. Expected move 17% on GitLab. And I don't know if Danielle's still in here or not, but we talk about it missing expected moves and then potentially either fading back in or waiting for a continuation right now. But still, nice day there for GitLab. Obviously, you'd rather see it higher than lower, so let's not hate on this move for GTLB right now. I just wasn't liking it because of the way we moved there. But again, not to shout out Danielle again, but a lot of it is the setup heading into the print. So she also talked about CrowdStrike, which will be on the show tomorrow. And again, this name, much better to buy it down here at 300 because when they miss, how far down does it really want to push? Even if you push into 250 there, which would be not disastrous, but that'd be down about that 15%. So with CrowdStrike, an expected move in and around there, just to look at what GitLab is doing now. Nice upside move for GitLab. And still continuing, Adara. So I know you brought us those numbers, but again, adjusted EPS 3 cents positive, beating an expected negative number of just 4 cents. So, and a beat on sales. So
why not?
Let's not hate on it. Let's not hate on it. GitLab, though, could push back in. We'll wait to see if we get a guide. So, I mean, that to me is what we're really looking for. Let's see what happens on a guide potentially for GitLab. BarkBox actually guides down. So, see ya. This dog won't hunt. This is a nice downside. When you hit like a ball and you say like that dog will hunt, it means like it's kind of like a nice shot straight down the front, so it's like easy to find. You know,
This dog is like looking around confused, like what is the ball? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's just check out GameStop quickly here in the after hours, and then we'll review some names and we'll go over the market recap here. And then we have Michael Noss, who I can see waiting in the wings. So I don't want to keep him for too long, but there's GME. Not doing a heck of a lot in the after hours. I'll check out its friend AMC. Also not doing anything as I check sort of the news, the notes, nothing coming through on anything right now today. UNG, for some reason, nice move to the upside there today. TLT, XBI, we've been talking about XBI. Let me call up a 10-minute chart. This is also brought to you by Trade Ideas. You can see right here, the platform I'm using is Trade Ideas. Really awesome because they have all this detail right up here. So it's very easy to see what its last change was in 20 days, options volume, total volume, short float, things that you want to look for. Michael's brought to us as well, days to cover, a lot of different things that you want to look at here for Trade Ideas and for what's happening. But there's XBI, nice move back up. I really like the biotech spot. We had some nice moves in J&J, Pfizer today. Eli Lilly was a nice mover as well. So XBI, a nice move there. Roaring Kitty just posted his standings. Man, I'm tired of this cat guy. All right, no, just joking around. Let me see what's happening right there. Okay, well, still nothing happening with GME. Well, actually, 29 and change. Let me guess, he's still in right there. Nice push to the upside. Of course he's still in, says my guy. Fabian over there. Let me just check it out. Here's Roaring Kitty. Here is GameStop. All right, it's August 20th. No, I don't see anything new posted here unless he's just on Reddit. So there's the Uno reverse card that he posted this morning or last night, 20 hours ago, 8 o'clock last night. He posted a green Uno reverse card, making everybody think that, hey, we're thinking about taking this the other way, and it looks like GameStop right now, Adara. I don't know if you have any news on what he posted, but nice move up to $29.50 if there's anything coming through on any services there. So I'm just talking about Dan McIsaac here in the chat right there, talking about nothing. Okay.
Nothing on Twitter either that I could see.
Nothing on Twitter. Okay. So nice move to the upside. All right. What's been happening there with USO? Maybe Michael.
Oh, sorry. I'm just seeing Full Tilt. I'm not seeing this myself, but Full Tilt Banana in the chat saying he posted on Reddit, no selling.
Yeah, so go over to Reddit and find out.
I'll try to find this on
Go to Reddit there.
Okay.
It's not locked up, so we'll see. Again, it doesn't, if that's all that he posted, that's all that he posted. But sometimes he does have, because I don't know if you guys all watched Dumb Money or followed it, he had like a running spreadsheet that he would keep posting, and it would show like long 50 million shares or whatever options were, and then it would just update with sort of his scoreboard, which was his net, sort of the gained P&L. So again, look, this guy's gonna lawyer up. And what just happened there in the not in the aftermarket, but with about 10 minutes to go, very, very interesting. I don't want to talk too much about it, but what?
Yeah, so GME YOLO update, June 3rd, 2024, still in.
Okay, that's the update. So there it is, still in. Honestly, this is the thing. I'm not, and I know Michael's going to want to, probably maybe not even want to talk about this, but I mean, when you're taking a position, and then you're posting about it, It's like we had Dave Portnoy do that last week or 2 weeks ago when GME started going. Elon does it. This Chamath guy does it. They all do it. I mean, quite frankly, why should it matter that some guy that wears a bandana that calls himself a cat, he should be able to post whatever he wants as well. So I am on the side of being able to say, as a common citizen, what your current positions are. If people want to go and follow you into that, that's fine. What's the difference of Warren Buffett or something announcing his position in Oxy has just went up from 25% to 30%? I mean, he's basically announcing that he's taken 5% more of the company. Now, I know there's going to be filings and everything that goes along with that. But again, let's just talk about being real here. There has to be some kind of advantages to doing that. And whether or not he makes or loses on GameStop, it's some of the other auxiliary trading, like the ones that I would put on to go against his trade or with his trade. We're also the ones adding fuel to that fire. So there's lots of trading that happens here. And there it is. Dan McIsaac says he posts a screenshot of his positions every day after the close of the market. So go find that out. Hit up Dan McIsaac there in the chat. All right, before we go on, a couple minutes to Michael. I just want to talk a little bit here. We did have OPEC come through. You can just keep it on here, actually. OPEC with a nice downside move there. They agreed to extend voluntary and group-wide production cuts until 2025, so that's not going to help. Production cuts should help with the levels, but they had a nice downside break of the 200 period right there. Move as a response to conservative or slowing global economic growth demand. So if you're going to get, this is why that's down. If you're going to get slower economic demand globally, that's not great for oil because oil is what makes those factories hum. And if they're not going to be producing goods, I was going to say in services, but goods, then that's not great for the price of oil and potentially the demand. So we'll hit that down. Ugly candle today. And I think Michael would probably agree with me. This is, I don't know if this is going to be an island out here or not. It looks a little too big to be an island for me, but nice downside move there for oil. USO getting hit there today. The United States Oil Fund, XOP again as well. Downside, downside, downside. The marijuana stocks say puff, puff, pass as that's down to the 200 period as well. Everything down. Dr. Copper down today, down another 1.3%. But I don't see gold, but there's gold right now. Gold, Barrick Gold had a tick problem at the NYSE, but GLD still holding out higher. We talked about trying to flight to safety possibly for both gold and silver. Silver, I think it was Michael and friends. I think he was talking about JC talked about it. Gold's crazy cousin, that is silver. And today, they're kind of both calmed down a little bit there. One up 1%, one up 0.5%. Semis lead the way today as NVIDIA continues higher and higher and higher. Just some basic names. I mean, we could talk more and more about some of the sectors as we have the rundown, but really energy downside, regional banks, the KRE getting hit again down today, 1.74%. Again, on worries of slowdown, worries of possible rate cuts coming, not hikes coming. We'll see about June or not, whether or not that's in play with later on this week and into next week for those June rate cuts. XLE also yucky. Nice downside move there for XLE today, down just a bit. And then some of the names, we did go over this on the main show just at the end of the day as Adair runs them down, but really NVIDIA holding for it with Apple. So despite the NASDAQ just getting positive near the end of the day, which was nice. It was a pretty strong move up as we were short the NASDAQ, which did not work out for us. Apple and NVIDIA and then Meta down there as well. But look at the health technology sector really blasting today. Lilly, J&J. What is this little logo there? Merck, I should have known that. Merck up today as well, 2.2%. Amgen. Danaher was a nice move. Again, nicely done. Damn, Danaher, what's up with that? Nice move there for DHR, ready to go. So, hey, that was a good day today. A lot of fun sectors moving around. And I think a good place to start would be with our guest, and that's Michael Knauss. So let's bring him on. It's Trader Talk. Hi, Michael. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, not too bad. You were on earlier this morning, so it's nice to see you one more time coming through. Wow, that Eli Lilly. Is there anything, I mean, I know that we're going to talk about a lot of different things, but what are we exactly going to do with this Eli Lilly? I'll give you a second to call this up, but like this name just continues to go higher and higher right now. Obviously, we talk about trading on technicals when we have someone like you on, but again, the GLP drug seems to continue its strength, pushing some of these names forward on a macro level. I like the way this stock personally looks right now, taking out all these levels and really holding this 800. So what does it look like to you right now, Eli Lilly? We're now through earnings. They had a good report. Doesn't seem like this wants to stop. Eli Lilly right now holding at $800.
Yeah, I don't to be honest, there's really nothing for me personally to do with something like this. But it's interesting to note you see all these wedges that I drew in. This one I just came up when I did the chart, so I had this one in a long time ago. Gaps through it and then runs. We might be seeing another look here where we gap through this again and then start to run. The monthly chart that's right behind me here
Yep.
is showing 652% gain in 5 years. That's a lot. So I'm certainly not going to bet against this name, but nice breakout, nice continuation, but there's no pattern for me to play off here. I don't really have a logical place that I could put a stop loss.
Don't we have, it is so true as we continue to talk about it, and I know in your world for sure, about the trend. And I mean, just like you said, starting to break higher. Why would we ever fight something like that? I mean, we're seeing NVIDIA right there gets a little bit of a pullback, and then it's like, even people in the chat are like, why are you not just buying NVIDIA? Like, don't even go long anything else. If the market's gonna go up, we could probably stick with a name like NVDA. You and I have talked over the last little while about the diamonds and the SPY and some potential, you know, maybe some weakness in some of these names. I mean, the diamonds especially, a lot weaker versus the SPY. Did you have any more thoughts on anything about that right now? Because I feel like Intel, UNH, some of these names that are part of the Dow Jones 30, which is the diamonds, continue to be a little bit weaker. We had a bad number from Salesforce as well. So I think if we're looking for shorts, would we be on the same page that maybe it would be the Dow Jones 30 to look instead of this hot NASDAQ?
Yeah, and full disclosure, I have the chart up here, and we were on this show talking about the short that I took right up in this area, and I'm still short that, and actually added a little bit today on this bounce. So I always, if I'm in something, I always want to talk about it soon, and that's more or less how I trade. I want to find where the relative weakness is, and I want to short that, and I want to find out where the relative strength is, and I want to be long that. So when it comes to what's happening, in my opinion, when we see the Dow down pretty significantly here, and then we go to something like the Qs or even the SPY, and they're doing well, it just shows me that it's still a tech trade. It's still, we looked at Eli Lilly with, the Ozempic type plays. Those are still the names to go to for now. That might change, and we're going to look for signs that it is changing. But again, for me, it's just you got to stick with what's working. Big tech is continuing to work. We now have some solar and natural gas and things that are working. And then you just have to stay away from what's not. Now, this bifurcated market, it's not good if you're someone who's just buying and holding ETFs because you can see how choppy they've been recently. But if you're someone like us, and I'd say most people that watch this show, and you're really looking under the hood, it's been a great market where there's both winners and losers, which is fantastic. It's kind of boring when everything's just going up all the time. It's fun because it's profitable, but it's boring because there's really nothing to do. But in this case, I'm noticing a lot of stocks that are doing amazing and stocks that are doing horribly. So, gives me stuff to do anyway.
Yeah, I wanted to, that's why I wanted to bring that up, because I know you mentioned the Dow, and that was a great call. I like that sort of, the frowny face there at the top. We definitely like that. I don't know if you heard when I was talking about energy, and I feel like this is something that is definitely in your wheelhouse for sure. Great candle to the downside. I mean, what do you make of some stuff like this where you get just little, pardon the pun here, but little drips up with oil, and then all of a sudden, the moves down are pretty aggressive. Bang there, bang. Some of these red candles that we see here on the daily, just absolutely destruction. OIH down today, again, another 5%. Was up there on Friday, but a nice pullback in. Does this mean anything to you when you basically cover up the whole month, bring it all the way back, and now take out basically May bottoms right now and starting to make a new trend lower? Obviously, we fought this 50 period, but what are we going to do here? I mean, it's nice to go to the pump and have to pay a little bit less, but for those of us that are invested in energy, I don't feel like it's a good area right now to be buying any of these dips. What's your take here on crude? Maybe there's a play that you're looking for in the space. What's your opinion here, Michael?
Yeah, well, we just talked about a bifurcated market when we talked about the Dow versus the Qs. Seeing the same thing if you look at
Right.
under the hood of energy. So you were mentioning oil down a fair amount. And if we go to my screen here, this is XLE, had a bad day yesterday, but still holding on to these prior lows. So that means that some things in the energy sector are doing poorly, and oil is correctly found there. Some things are doing fine. So UNG up 7% today. We were talking about this all in the $15 area. Again, I always want to disclose my positions. I am still long a little bit from around 15. The idea is just that we're seeing this all across the market. And I don't think there's a better chart to show this than taking a look at, say, Berk B
Right.
and the strength that we're seeing here, and how, this is a nice high tight flag in Berk B. And then we take a look at ARC, and it's almost looks like it's going to break down to new lows. So everywhere you look, you're seeing, some sectors and some industries hot and some cold. It's great for us as short-term traders. The long-term guys are going to have a little bit of problem with this, but I think you have to stay away from oil for now, and then I think you have to focus more into things like natural gas and solar that are working way better.
Good afternoon, Michael. I was just wondering to
Hey.
check on a name that you brought up previously, BE or Bloom Energy in that energy space. How was that one doing? And do you have any plays on this one or updates on this trade or name?
Still stuck in a range here. The idea behind this one, what I really like about it up here is we have 21% short float and then 3 days to cover. So a pretty significant short float. And again, yeah, in the energy class, I'm looking at this as just a very typical bull flag. And I want to see a break and some sort of close above this upper line. So I haven't taken a trade in here, but I do like it. If we look at the kind of monthly chart here behind me, it's we have this downtrend line. I can actually switch that and make that way easier for you guys to see. Just got to remember, click that button. We have this long downtrend area going on right here. I'm hoping that that bull flag break could cause a break of this downtrend and we could get some continuation, but nothing here yet. It's just one of those with GameStop again going crazy and all these things. I want to bring up my short float scanner and focus on some things that are doing well from that kind of short float area.
Michael, just quickly here before we let you go, thank you for that review there on Bloom Energy. Or actually, you know what? Let's talk about MSTR, because you and I often talk about crypto names and we kind of go over to MicroStrategy because it's so highly levered towards the price of Bitcoin. I mean, this guy raises funds and then takes that money and then just buys more Bitcoin. So, when you're paying 3, 4, 5%, and then Bitcoin can move like that, you do get a little bit of a bump up in the stock. There's a lot of traders that like to swing this name. Are you looking at anything with MSTR? To me, when I'm looking at this daily chart, again, it looks like we kind of are stuck. I mean, we like it when we have big, like sort of capitulated moves like this, where you get a wick bottom and then just blast off there, back up to the upside. Where's earnings? July 30th, so we're well through that right now. Not looking at anything earnings related. Bitcoin hovering around 69,000. Is this just not in an interesting spot right now? I look at it and say, let's pass until maybe we get another headline. But do you have any plays maybe now in crypto? Sometimes we'll, and by the way, there's not a better call. You've probably made better calls in this live on the show, but I'm never going to forget Mara in and around $10. You explained that short float, why you like that, why that was attached to crypto and Bitcoin pricing. Now with the halving through, what are you looking at MSTR, or is there maybe a better play in the cryptoverse for yourself?
Yeah, and I actually put out a tweet this morning. I think Bitcoin is the best looking chart in the entire market right now.
Okay.
If we go to this MSTR, I think it's a great proxy. It's your very typical cup and handle style, very William O'Neill-esque. Rest in peace. Has kind of coined this as you have this big retracement. The retracement gets back to those highs and then puts in a little bit of a bull flag. I'm looking at this. I really, really like the look of Bitcoin in general and most of crypto. It was weird to see that we have Bitcoin up a fair bit today, Ethereum not moving at all. So it seems like it's a crypto kind of play. So I really, really like this monster. I did buy just some Bitcoin today, but I also bought some Coinbase. So the reason I like this Coinbase, and I've
Right.
talked about it a little bit here, is that not only do you get exposure to the cryptocurrency space, and if that ends up being right, you would imagine this is going to get pulled with it, but you also have a company that is profitable. So if we take a look here, they're making $4 a share. They have $7 billion in cash. So there's some good health under the table. The reason I've kind of moved on from a lot of the crypto miners is because they're lacking that profitability. So there's this drag that happens on them. So for short-term trades, I still think you can do your Maras and your Riots and do okay there. But for me, I want to get some of this Coinbase now that we've broken this downtrend line and see if I can dig in and hold this for a little bit of a long term. And yeah, just some straight Bitcoin I picked up today as well, because I really like that look at that chart. If we get a nice push through this 69, 70,000 on Bitcoin, we could be going for all-time highs, and then through all-time highs would go crazy. And I think, and part of this actually has to do with GameStop. It's scary to look at, but if you actually, I should prepare a chart for you guys maybe for Friday and line them up side by side. When you have these meme stock pumps, you generally have crypto pumps with it. And I think, I don't know if it's like an animal spirits thing or if it's,
Probably.
risk on behavior or what it is, but they line up more often than not.
I mean, you just nailed that. I'm going to talk to you about this on Friday, or Brendan, whoever talks to you, because that Bitcoin call out right there, I've never heard you say this looks like the best chart out there. So now we'll wait to see Bitcoin. I love the confidence, and that's what we got to have, and you have it, and I like to hear about that. I'm assuming no GameStop or AMC trading for you. We've talked about this before.
I tried to take a short on GameStop today when it broke the pre-market low. I missed that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold this thing short overnight.
No.
I do think it's time, and I talked a little bit about this on other platforms, but I think it's time to start splitting the meme stocks up, because AMC has diluted its shareholders like 15x by now. So, that's down like 99%. They're still not making money. They're in a horrible cash position with a whole bunch of debt. Look at GameStop. I don't know what they're going to do to turn the company around, because right now there's no reason for it to exist. Like, you don't need to buy video games at a store, but they've got $2 billion in cash.
What's up with that?
Were slightly profitable last year. And if you look at and I can bring this up, if you look at the returns after the whole meme stock craze, if I go to this monthly chart, it didn't completely fall apart in the way that those other meme stocks did. So, I'm not saying I like this company, and I'm not saying I'm going to buy it right here, but it does seem like even in the meme stock world, we're getting this theme of bifurcation where AMC and BlackBerry, Bed Bath & Beyond is just gone forever. But there's something with GameStop seems to be holding on, and with $2 billion of cash, I don't know, maybe they can turn it into something that makes money.
No, fantastic call. I mean, the GameStop near my house is still open. I don't know. I see people in there, sell little trinkets, but yeah, you know what? My kids are downloading games. So I think you nailed that for sure. All right, Mr. Michael Noss, thank you so much for joining us again here today. The best in the business. Everyone can go find you at Michael Noss CMT. You've got a YouTube page. You've got or do you have a YouTube page? Yeah, you do.
Yep, YouTube,
Instagram.
If you just Google Michael Noss CMT, there's a whole bunch of on all the good socials.
Perfect, all the good socials. Michael Noss, thank you so much for joining us one more time. It's been Trader Talk, and thanks for going over everything. We'll check back with Bitcoin and all of that great trading. Thank you, Mr. Michael Noss at Trader Talk. Ciao.
Thank you.
Just hold on, we're going home.
Going home.
All right, almost time to go home. I'm not going home though. I'm going right to the baseball diamond as we get ready to go. Yeah, you got that right, says Bears vs. Bulls. Great guy, Michael Noss. But who else? We have a lot of great people that are watching us right now. And we're going to do a little bit of a roll call. Sticky Note had a bunch of names on EgoFi. Well, not really. They had Tesla on there. We had some GameStop. We had GameStop pretty good. But at the end of the day, we did drop down there. We had about $1.50, $2 in the money off that 28 until that news came in. So I still like GameStop. We'll be in that tomorrow. I feel like what Michael was saying does make a little bit of sense there. And that's why I only have GameStop generally on my watch list, which is the Sticky Note, every single day looking for 20, and we'll do some more work tomorrow, 21, 22. We'll see where it settles in the after hours, possibly trying to find a bid as Roaring Kitty continues to post. Upstop right there. Oh yeah, Ready Player One. I did see some movies about that. Ready Player One, isn't that with like, huh? Book and a movie, right? That's what it is. Okay, good. Thank you so much to everybody that's watching right now. Rivian Millionaire. Ooh, made a lot of money on what today, Rivian Millionaire? I wish I could join you. Hopefully no one will take 40K from the bird feeder. Yeah, don't do that. Yo, Alex K, what's up? Talking obviously there about the Dow, so Dow 40K. Hey, Jersey Shawn, I like that name. Right there, Gym Tan Laundry. You know, if you're in Jersey, you might as well. Yeah. Did you ever watch Jersey Shore?
No, but I know what the general premise is.
Yeah, you're too young.
Gyms, they tan.
All right. Yeah, Gym Tan Laundry there. Jason Walcott killed it on GME today, so we'll go shout out for that one as well. Lost a lot of money today, says Monty G. Hey, I mean, maybe you gave it over there to, who said they made a lot of money again? Oh, Rivian Millionaire. As well. So Monty G, shout out to that. What's up to Ververse Bulls? What's up to Sir Bud right there? Neo Roberts, that's a good one. Neo Roberts. That's hilarious. Red day for me. Hope everyone does well. And look, the one thing I'm going to have to say to everybody that's with us right now, I got a big shout out. Forget about roll call. Big shout out to Adara, one of 3 green traders out of like 20 today.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's just trying to find.
Ask me if I was green.
Were you green?
No. Why would you ask me that?
Well, you just said. Oh, you're joking.
No, I'm not joking. I'm just playing around with you.
Oh, okay, good. I'm not.
The thing about you, Adara, is like you can ask me anything. We talk about that.
Yeah, we're very.
Yeah. I'm just playing around with you. Don't worry.
I love that. Good times.
You've always said that it's like sarcasm. You're kind of like, I don't know if they're being sarcastic.
It always takes me a moment, and sometimes Sharif will do the most obvious sarcasm with me, but he like does it so well that I still fall for it every time. But yeah, seriously, thank you very much. I appreciate the congratulations. I'm just trying to figure out what works for me and try every single day to get better.
What's up, Jarhead? What's up, Pro Day Trader? What's up to everybody that's right there? Thank you so much to everybody for watching us. Thank you to our special guest, who's always here, basically part of the family. It's Michael Noss from Trade Ideas. Make sure you hit that Trader TV 20. Go over to that website, Trade Ideas, and you can get all the platform that you see live here on the show and everything that Michael is using. And the best part about that is you can subscribe, and then you got like your own personal AI with Michael Noss.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you want him to create something, a scanner for you, he's there.
Oh, yeah, he's there.
Let's put some more work on Michael.
He likes scanners.
He likes it. What's up, Jarhead and everybody? I just said that. One of our very first viewers. We used to have Traders of the Day on. Really? And he was one of the first ones.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was awesome. So was Daryl Flinch as well. We had a lot of great traders on, and a big day today as we shout out Mr. OB because he had that nice trade there on Friday, pushing him over the top. So, I mean, we always say this all the time, traders stay late. This is why it's very important that we acknowledge that Obi puts in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like not just, hitting trades, not just discussing them on the show, but also putting in effort after. And I think that that's something that all of us need to do a lot more. And is sit there, make sure you study the charts, get better, know your trade, and know what you're doing the next day. So, Adara, thank you so much. It's 4:33. I got to scram there. What are your plans tonight?
I'm getting my nails done, and I have to go to the mall. So I actually do have plans that aren't sleeping tonight, which is exciting for me.
Good. What's the nails there? You get the lacquer.
Oh.
You get the what is it?
I get like the fake ones because my real nails are not a good time. So I do the gel. So we're just filling in
gel.
this.
That's it.
To like switch up the shape, color, everything. Yeah.
Are you one of the ones that sort of knows what color you're gonna do before you get there, or are you just kind of like in the moment person?
I like to have an idea, and then I always get there, and I'm like, overwhelmed.
Right.
I have an idea right now. We'll see if I stick with that idea. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for joining both Adara and I. You can find us all over socials. Make sure you check out that Freedom and Wealth podcast. That's now up as well. Just go to YouTube, Freedom and Wealth. You'll see me and Brendo coming up right there. But for all of us, follow us all at Trader TV Live. Go find that, and it should link to all of our socials at Trader TV Shawn and at Trader TV Adara as well. So for everybody here, thank you so much, Fabian, for staying late with us, and thank you to everybody for staying late, especially Michael Noss. So thank you, Adara. Good luck with those nails. We'll check them out tomorrow and see exactly what you had done. So from everybody here at Trader TV Live, we're back tomorrow at 8:30. So rise and shine with us and log in then. Until then, we will see you and have a great evening. Ciao.